an angle grinder, polishing pads. You can
It's polished.
all finished. Okay, so we're gonna polish this edge here, and we're just gonna got an angle grinder and dry polishing pads. You can also use these wet. So we're gonna polish this edge here, and you go through 80. It goes 80, 120, 240, 320, blah, blah, up to 600. So we're gonna go one at a time to give this a nice, good shine on this edge here. So let me get started. Okay, so I'm going to start with the 80, and I'm just going to get all the saw marks off, and this edge is very rough, so I'm just going to smooth that edge out, and I'm going to polish this edge here. So let's get going.
So with these polishing pads and most polishing pads, you have to use a variable speed grinder because you can't use these pads on a high-speed grinder. If you don't have a variable speed grinder, you can get PVA pads that will work on a regular 10,000, 11,000 RPM angle grinder. But most pads like these, you have to get a variable speed grinder so you can reduce the RPMs to the proper amount that's described on for the particular pads that you're using. I will put a link description for the PVA pads if you want to use your high-speed grinder.
So this is marble, so you should probably wear a mask so that you don't breathe the silica. So anyway, let me get back here. So even with just the 80, this edge is nice and cleaned up and it's very smooth. It's not polished, but it's smooth. So now we're going to go to the 120. You can use these wet if you want to reduce the dust. Okay, so no point doing the same thing over and over. So I got the 80, got the 120, I'm gonna go all the way through 600, and then we'll show you the results. Okay, so that edge is polished. It's hard to see in the camera. But that is a polished edge. Now we're gonna cut it. Okay, so we're gonna measure this and cut it. So I'm not going to put it up against the fence and measure from here. I'm actually going to measure it. I'm going to draw a line, and then I'm going to check the blade hits on both ends of the line, and then cut it. So 18. Okie dokie. Okay. This is marble, so it will scratch very easily. So I put down some paper here to protect it. Also, you always use white thin set with marble. Even if it's a dark colored marble, use white thin set. So I'm just going to back butter this one. This is the front, right? What I'm doing is I'm keying in the substrate so that you're forcing the thin set into the pores and you get a much better bond. Notice I'm going all the same way. You always go straight line, hold the trowel at a consistent angle, and you want to go the short way whenever possible. Grabo here makes life a whole lot easier. I'm doing it, I'm trying to collapse the ridges so it gets full coverage. There's no pulling this up now. Okay, so it's all done, all finished. Fireplace.